That's right, Next Level TV. This is Dino Presto. I'm here with Logan Sama. Logan, how you doing, bro?
I'm good, man. It's always a pleasure to be back here in Leicester.
Good. So you come to Leicester quite often then?
Not as often as I'd like. Promoters get at me. But yeah, it's always a wicked place to come down. Everyone always shows love, and it's always a good crowd.
Now, Logan, you're probably not familiar with us, but we're from a talent competition that's actually running in Leicester at the moment called NXlevel Talent Competition. Basically, we've got so many artists, local and upcoming artists who are trying to showcase their skills and be heard and find out what it takes to be in the music biz. As someone in the music biz yourself, even more so as a DJ, I guess, I know you've assisted in promoting up-and-coming talent through your radio shows. Like, any advice you can give people who are trying to get into more of a bigger scene, like anything you can say to them?
When you were little, did you used to hear the saying, the Lord helps those who help themselves? That's very much the case in the music industry. If people can see that you're doing as much stuff for yourself as possible, if you're not just sitting down and waiting for a bring-in or waiting for your big break, if people can see that you're going out there being active, making the most of all the opportunities that are available to you, and even creating some new opportunities that might not have been there, people are more likely to work with you, because at the end of the day, earning a living from music is a blessing. Do you know what I mean? We're doing a hobby, and so if you can actually pay your bills from music, that's a blessing, which is why not many people get a chance to do it. So really, if you want to, have a serious career in music, you're going to have to go on above and beyond what everyone else is doing. So for me, the way that it worked, I'm just talking as myself as a DJ getting through and getting noticed, because obviously I started out and I was nobody. I looked at what everyone else was doing and looked at what they weren't doing and thought, okay, what can I do? What talents do I have? What are my strengths? What are my weaknesses? How can I be better than everyone else out there? How can I not compete with people out there that might be better at me at certain things? And I just managed to find my own lane and sat in that and just grafted. So I think it's twofold. It's finding what your lane is, what your unique selling point is, find out what you can do, what you can be the best at. And then the second part of it is just work harder than everyone else out there. Do you know what I mean? If you look at yourself in the mirror and really think, you know what, I'm going as hard as I can and it's not happening for me, then you know what, fair enough. You might just be the subject of really bad luck in your life, but there's not many people that can look in the mirror and say, you know what, I can't do any more than I'm doing now. So for me, it's just about any opportunity that comes up, just go in 110%. I mean, it's like for me being a DJ, if I'm on flyers, more promoters will book me because they see me on flyers. Whereas when I was not on any flyers, I was like, oh man, this is really hard, I'm not getting any bookings. But as soon as that door opens, it's like when there's a little leak and the water starts coming through. That water, starts pushing through more and more and more, and it just gets bigger and bigger. And what you'll find is when you get that break, and if you really apply yourself and just go harder, as soon as you see that little daylight crack through, go even harder than you were going before, you'll see that things will start happening for you. But don't ever get downhearted and give up, because if this is something you really love doing, then you'll find the time to do it.
Very wise words, Logan. As a DJ yourself, I know you must get a lot of music sent to you, demos. What do you actually look for in a good quality song, or even an artist that you might start supporting?
I look for two things. I'm on Kiss Radio, which is a commercial station, and I've obviously only got an hour show. Everyone on Kiss who does a special show only gets an hour. So that means I'm playing a very small amount of artists. So that means the artists that I'm generally going to be supporting are guys that have really got to a level of profile where they're ready to be heard by a commercial audience. Now, you might be a technically better barrer than some of those artists, but they've got a profile which commands getting onto commercial radio, same with One Extra and whatever. Do you know what I mean? It's people of a profile. But I'll also listen, obviously, just for pure ability. Now, if I hear someone that's got just pure ability and I might see them they might not be writing hooks correctly, they might not be working, with the right beats that don't suit them. I might hear maybe their delivery could do with a couple of tweaks. I can give my professional advice from what I've heard of other MCs that have been successful, or singers or producers even, and say, you know what, like, I've heard you, I can see you've got promise, you've got ability, but maybe if you try and do these things, you might get a bit further. And give people advice on where they can send their music, how they can get their profile up, because obviously You know, getting on One Extra and getting on Kiss and even getting on Radio 1 that's not the first step of your career. That's like a far down the line step. You know what I mean? That's the last step before you go mainstream. So there's lots of steps to go before then. So you need to be making sure that every DJ in your local area's got your music. You know, you're hitting up every show you can do in your area, out there and promoting your fan base in your area, so that when I come to Leicester, I'm like, yeah, I know it's all about these people because they've got their area on smash.
Okay, another question I want to ask you as well. It's quite evident that the media a lot of the time kind of typecasts urban music and grime, rap and stuff like that. They always like to typecast it as a negative thing. Would you be able to outline quite a lot more of the positives effect that music has on the younger generation and on people in general?
I mean, it's always easy to typecast any music from you know, a lower working class background as being negative, because there's a lot of negative things going on in that area. You know what I mean? In people's everyday life, and music's only really a mirror. Do you know what I mean? Music just reflects the lives and the thoughts and the morals of the people that are making it. So, you know, all you need to do is look at stuff like the riots that are going on. Like, there's a lot of people, young people out there from various different walks of life that have got the wrong attitude. And, you know, there's a lot of negative attitudes out there, but there's also a lot of really positive attitudes, and they're not always easy to find, because for someone to take the time to write a song, go to the studio and record it, film a video for it, that's industrious, that's a good work ethic, do you know what I mean? That's a positive thing. Don't listen to them talking about, oh, in my area there's loads of drugs and, you know, guys are trying to get money to buy this, and, you know, I'm going to go and find some girls and do this with them or whatever. Yeah, cool. On the surface, they might be what Middle England might think as a negative attitude to have, but the actual process to get to that artistic performance is a positive one, and you should encourage that, so that people are experiencing more positive things in their life, so they've got more positive things to talk about, because you've already seen that they've got that good positive work ethic to create a product in the end. So if you show them more positive things in their life to be talking about, in the end they're going to be talking about more positive stuff. Look at just all the guys that are in the mainstream now. You know, you've got guys like Wretch and Skepta and people like that have started off just talking about what goes on in their society and what goes on in their local area, what they've seen, you know, what some of them have had to do. But now, you know, they've reached a point in their lives where they're seeing a lot more positive stuff, and their music's reflecting that a lot more. You know, they're living a better life, and their music's reflecting that positively. So, you know, if you don't like what's being said, that's what goes on in life. So change that first. Don't just ban the music. Don't just blame the music for what's going on, because that's just ignorance to me. You know.
I've got to say, this has been a very insightful chat, Logan. And can you just tell the listeners of the watchers, the viewers, I should say, sorry, of NXlevel TV, like where we can hear you or what you've got coming up in the pipeline?
I do a weekly grime show on Kiss Radio, which is based in London, but you can get it nationwide, the same as One Extra. It's on digital, so you can listen to Kiss digitally. You can listen to it online as well, totalkiss.com. If you've got a BlackBerry, Android or iPhone, you can get the Kiss Cube. That's 2 words, both spelt with a K, KISS. KUBE, the Kiss Cube app, from the App Store on any of your phones, and that's completely free. And you can go on there and actually listen back to my show whenever you like. But my show is live on a Monday night at midnight. We've also got the YouTube channel, which is just keeping it grimy. So just go on YouTube and search Logan Sama. You'll see loads of grime sets. I just like recording sets on there. And we're also launching a website soon, the Keeping It Grimy website, which will just be all about grime, the culture, the music, what's going on. You can find out about what shows, what raves are happening, you know, what free promos are out to download, what music's out for sale, everything you need to know about grime will be on there. So that will be coming starting next year. And yeah, that's about it. And we've got the record label Earth 616 as well, and Adamantium Music. So if you want to buy some banging grime instrumental music, we put that out as well. Just get on iTunes, search it up, man. We're just bringing grime, the culture and the music as far across the UK as we can.
This is Dino Presto here, kicking it with Logan Sama, NXlevel TV. Big respect to you, sir.
Big respect and big up everyone at NXlevel TV.